You know that feeling, right? That little surge of triumph when you've packed everything perfectly, thinking you're ready to breeze through airport security. But here's the thing. Those seemingly safe, everyday items you've been packing for years? Some of them are facing a massive crackdown from airlines and the TSA. This isn't just about avoiding a minor inconvenience. We're talking about enforcement so serious that carrying just one of these 13 items could get your luggage flagged, your valuables confiscated on the spot, and might even make you miss your flight entirely. It's a real headache, and frankly, a bit of a nightmare. I'm here to break down all 13 of these restricted or outright banned items, starting with number 13, so you don't get caught off guard. Before we dive into the specific items, let's talk about why these rules are so strict. It's not just to make your life harder, I promise. The main drivers are safety risks, plain and simple. We're talking about fire hazards from lithium batteries, chemical threats from certain powders and aerosols, and even agricultural concerns for some fresh foods. Incidents involving lithium batteries overheating or even causing fires in flight have led to stricter policies worldwide. Aviation authorities like the TSA and FAA are constantly updating their lists to address new technologies and evolving threats, often prompted by real-world incidents. So, while some of these rules might seem a bit over the top, they're all about keeping everyone safe at 35,000 feet. Alright, let's get into it. Here are the items that could land you in hot water. Number 13. Cordless hair tools that run on gas or butane. That pocket-sized travel straightener seemed like a genius idea, didn't it? Super convenient for touch-ups on the go. But hold up, because if it runs on gas or butane, it's now a major no-go in your checked baggage. We're talking about those tiny fuel cartridges that make them cordless. While you can usually bring one in your carry-on, only if it has a safety cover securely fitted over the heating element and is protected from accidental activation, tossing it into your checked suitcase is asking for trouble. Spare gas cartridges are strictly forbidden in both carry-on and checked bags. Why the strict rule? The cargo hold is a different beast. It's cold, largely unmonitored, and pressurized differently than the cabin. A leaking fuel cartridge down there isn't just a mess. It can turn the belly of the plane into a serious fire hazard. Imagine that tiny fuel cell igniting in an inaccessible cargo bay. Not exactly the kind of in-flight entertainment anyone wants. So your best bet? Swap it for a good old corded or battery-powered tool, or just plan to buy a cheap one when you land if you absolutely need it. Don't risk your entire trip over a bad hair day. TSA-approved alternatives. A dual-voltage flat iron works in many countries. A travel straightener that folds to a compact size is also a great option. Or skip packing entirely. Many major hotel chains offer complimentary hair straighteners at the front desk. Call ahead to reserve one. Number 12. Protein powder and any other powdered supplement. Over 12 ounces. Trying to keep up with your gains while traveling? Totally understandable. But if you're packing that big tub of protein powder, pay attention. Any powder-like substance over 12 ounces, that's roughly the size of a standard soda can, or 350 milliliters, is subject to additional screening in your carry-on. And if it's unlabeled, you're practically inviting a full-on bag check. The TSA isn't trying to sabotage your fitness goals. It's a security measure. Fine powders can look suspicious on a scanner, and agents need to be sure they aren't a threat. If your powder triggers an alarm, be prepared for additional testing, which might include opening the container. If they can't verify what it is, they have the right to dispose of it. To avoid this airport drama, pre-portion your powders into smaller containers for your carry-on or, even better, place any large quantities in your checked bag. Number 11. Devices with non-removable lithium batteries. Lithium batteries power nearly everything we rely on, but they can also be a significant fire risk if damaged. This is why airlines are so strict about them. If your gadget has a battery that isn't easily removable, it shouldn't be in your checked baggage. Why? Because if a thermal runaway fire starts in the cargo hold, flight crews can't possibly fight it when it's tucked away in your suitcase beneath hundreds of other bags. This rule is especially critical for smart luggage, where the battery must be removable to fly. If it's not, the bag itself is prohibited. For other devices with installed batteries, they should be completely turned off and protected from accidental activation if placed in a checked bag. However, the safest place for any device with a lithium battery is in your carry-on, where any potential issue can be quickly addressed. Number 10. Reusable water bottles with hidden compartments. You've probably seen these on social media. Reusable water bottles with a secret screw-off bottom for keys or cash. They seem clever, right? A great way to keep your valuables safe. But to a TSA agent, that hidden compartment screams, "I'm hiding something." These bottles are often flagged for additional screening and can even be confiscated. The concern isn't necessarily what you're hiding, but what someone could hide. Security personnel are trained to be extra cautious, and anything that obstructs their view or suggests concealment will raise a red flag. So, while your intention might be innocent, the design of these bottles just doesn't fly with current security protocols. Stick to single-wall bottles without any secret stash spots to avoid unnecessary delays. An empty, clear, single-compartment bottle is always your safest bet. Number 9. CBD gummies and hemp products over the federal THC limit. The world of CBD and hemp can be a gray area at the airport. The federal standard allows for hemp-derived products with less than 0.3% Delta-9 THC. As long as your CBD products meet this requirement, they are generally allowed on domestic flights in both carry-on and checked bags. However, TSA's screening procedures are focused on security threats, not actively searching for drugs. But if they find something suspicious during screening, they are required to refer it to a law enforcement officer. And here's the kicker. Some countries, and even some U.S. states, have stricter laws where any detectable THC is illegal. To minimize risk, always carry products in their original, clearly labeled packaging and consider bringing a certificate of analysis, COA, to verify the THC content. When flying internationally, it's often safest to leave these products at home. Number 8. Power banks and spare lithium batteries. Power banks, our lifeline to staying connected, but they are under heavy scrutiny. The rule is clear. Power banks and any spare lithium batteries are only allowed in your carry-on baggage, never in checked luggage. Why? Spontaneous lithium fires at 35,000 feet are definitely not the kind of in-flight excitement anyone wants. These batteries can overheat and catch fire, and if that happens in the inaccessible cargo hold, it's incredibly dangerous. In fact, some airlines, especially in Asia, have even banned the use and charging of power banks on board due to fire incidents. If you have smart luggage, the battery must be removable and carried with you in the cabin. If you can't remove the battery, the bag cannot fly. Check your power bank's capacity. Under 100 Wh is generally fine without special approval, and always keep it with you in the cabin. Number 7. Certain aerosol cans like cooking spray. You might think a can of cooking spray is harmless, but in the unique environment of an airplane, it can become dangerous. Flammable aerosols that are not toiletries, like cooking spray, spray paint, or WD-40, are banned from both carry-on and checked luggage. The issue lies with their flammability and pressurization risks. Altitude swings can cause issues, and the flammable propellants are a serious fire hazard in the cargo hold. While travel-sized toiletry aerosols, under 3.4 ounces 100 times ml, like hairspray and deodorant, are generally allowed in your carry-on, larger cans or highly flammable, non-toiletry types are a no-go. Your best bet is to buy what you need when you arrive. Number 6. Bleach, drain cleaner, and pesticides. Okay, this might sound like common sense, but you'd be surprised what ends up in luggage. We're talking about items like corrosive cleaners, bleach, and pesticides, which are absolutely prohibited in both carry-on and checked baggage. They fall under the category of hazardous materials for very obvious reasons. If these chemicals leak or mix with other substances in the confined space of an aircraft, they can create toxic fumes, damage the aircraft, or even lead to fires. There's no scenario where bringing these on a plane is a good idea. If you absolutely need these types of products at your destination, your only safe option is to ship them via ground ahead of time, following all shipping regulations. Don't even think about trying to sneak them through security. The consequences are severe. Number 5. Torch lighters and strike-anywhere matches. For the outdoor enthusiast or cigar aficionado, the windproof jet flame from a torch lighter or a box of Strike Anywhere matches might seem essential, but at the airport, they're completely forbidden. These items are considered extreme fire hazards and are strictly prohibited from all luggage, both carry-on and checked. Torch lighters produce a powerful, concentrated flame at incredibly high temperatures. Strike Anywhere matches can ignite from simple friction, making them dangerously unpredictable in transit. However, one standard disposable lighter, like a Bic, is typically allowed, but only in your carry-on. So, if you need a flame, stick to a simple disposable lighter and keep it with you. Leave the powerful and unpredictable options at home. Number 4. Hoverboards, e-bikes, and rideable suitcases. These personal electric vehicles have become popular, but their large lithium-ion batteries have caused major safety concerns. Airlines learned the hard way that these powerful batteries pose a significant fire and explosion risk. Because of this, hoverboards, e-bikes, and most motorized rideable suitcases are banned from both carry-on and checked baggage on virtually all airlines. The sheer size and power of these batteries make them too dangerous for air transport. Trying to get one through security is a guaranteed way to have it confiscated and potentially face fines. So, save yourself the headache, leave these at home, and rent a scooter or a bicycle at your destination. Number 3. MREs, meals ready to eat, with flameless heaters. For campers or preppers, MREs with their self-heating packets are incredibly practical. Just add water for a hot meal. But those flameless heaters are a big problem for air travel. These chemical heaters can get extremely hot and release flammable hydrogen gas during the process, a dangerous combination in a pressurized environment. The FAA has long warned about the hazards of these self-heating chemicals. Because of these safety concerns, MREs with their flameless ration heaters, FRHs, are explicitly banned by many airlines. So, while the MRE food itself is fine, you absolutely cannot bring the heater component on a plane, either in your carry-on or checked bag. Pack the snack, but ditch the heater. Number 2. Mini fridges, desktop air conditioners, or anything containing refrigerants. This might seem like an odd one, but if you're thinking of moving dorm room essentials or bringing a portable cooling unit, think again. Mini fridges, personal air conditioners, and any other devices containing refrigerants are prohibited from air travel by most major airlines. The pressurized coolant inside these units is classified as a hazardous material. The unique conditions of an aircraft's cargo hold, with its varying temperatures and pressures, can make these items particularly dangerous if they leak. So, if you're relocating, it's best to sell that dorm fridge and buy another when you get there. Don't risk a hazardous material incident for the sake of a cold drink. Number 1. Certain fresh fruits and foods on international routes. This is a big one, and it catches countless travelers off guard because it seems so innocent. That apple, orange, or even a homemade sandwich you packed for your international flight, it could land you in serious trouble. While domestic flights usually have fewer restrictions, international travel is a different ballgame. Many countries, including the US, have incredibly strict agricultural laws to protect local ecosystems from invasive pests and diseases. That innocent-looking fruit can carry pests or diseases that could devastate local crops. Customs and border protection agents are very serious about this. If you fail to declare fresh fruits, vegetables, meats, or other agricultural products, you can face hefty fines that can reach up to $10,000. The items will be confiscated. So, when you're crossing international borders, declare everything. To be completely safe, just eat or toss any fresh produce before you go through customs. It's not worth the risk. Quick recap. Alright, let's quickly run through these 13 items one more time. Your peace of mind and wallet depends on it. Cordless hair tools. If they use gas or butane, they're banned from checked bags. Keep one in your carry-on with a safety cover, but no spare cartridges. Protein powder and other powders. Over 12 ounces in your carry-on means extra screening. Pre-portion it or pack large amounts in your checked luggage. Devices with non-removable lithium batteries. If the battery can't be removed, it shouldn't be checked. This is especially true for smart luggage. Safest in your carry-on. Reusable water bottles with hidden compartments. These are red flags for security. Stick to simple single-compartment bottles. CBD gummies and hemp products. Be mindful of the 0.3% THC federal limit and your destination's laws, especially internationally. Carry original packaging. Power banks and spare lithium batteries. Carry-on bag only. If your smart bag battery isn't removable, it can't fly. Aerosol cans like cooking spray. Flammable, non-toiletry aerosols are prohibited. Opt for pump sprays or buy locally. Bleach, drain cleaner, pesticides. These toxic and corrosive items are completely banned hazardous materials. Torch lighters and strike anywhere matches. Too dangerous. Stick to one disposable lighter in your carry-on. Hoverboards, e-bikes, rideable suitcases, their large lithium batteries are a major fire risk and are banned. MREs with flameless heaters. The chemical heaters are hazardous and banned by many airlines. Mini fridges or anything with refrigerants, pressurized coolants are dangerous in flight and are prohibited. Certain fresh fruits and foods on international routes. Agricultural restrictions are serious. Declare them or toss them before customs to avoid heavy fines. Now you know the 13 types of items causing travelers major headaches. Your homework. Save this information and check it every single time you pack. Share this with anyone traveling soon. You could save them from fines or a missed flight. And here's what's coming next. I'm revealing the TSA loopholes that let you legally bring items that most travelers think are banned. Subscribe so you don't miss it. Until then, pack smart, fly safe, and I'll see you in the next one.